Hello YouTube, this is Josh.
And I'm Chris.
And we are the Pantek brothers, and we have a cell phone review for you today of the Nextbit Robin. So what are some of the specs on this?
So it's going to be a 5.2 inch 1080p IPS LCD display. You're going to get 32 gigs onboard storage with 3 gigs of RAM, all encased in a very slim body phone here.
And you also get 100 gigs of online cloud storage.
Yep, that's one of the benefits of the Robin. They push the cloud storage for photos and your apps and data.
And we also have on the rear a 13 megapixel camera with also on the front a 5 megapixel forward facing camera.
And we also have what you don't see very often in phones, dual facing stereo speakers up here on the front. So that is great for audio when watching videos, movies, or playing games.
And then it is also a GSM phone, fully unlocked. So it works with all the US carriers, T-Mobile, AT&T, unfortunately not Sprint and Verizon.
And so what we also do have here is on the side, you have your SIM card tray and a power fingerprint scanner built in. So this is going to be a press, then to unlock you have to press your finger. And then on this side you have your volume up and down and a USB-C port. Unfortunately, this does not support on-the-go storage, so USB-C headphones or on-the-go USB storage options are not going to work on this, unfortunately.
And with this, we do have a headphone jack.
You have your mic up here on top, and you also have a mic down below, as well as a notification shade or notification light, which is a little odd placement because you don't necessarily look down the bottom of the phone because it's either sitting in a cradle like this or on your desk where you don't really see it. It'd been nice to have it up on the front like other phones.
So, full disclosure, this phone currently is running a custom ROM on it right now that does not have the stock OS that comes with it from Nextbit. However, we will be showing some screens and of the features that do come with it throughout the video as we continue to talk through this review.
Yep, so one thing here on the back, you do have the cloud logo from Nextbit and the Nextbit branding here at the bottom. There are 4 LED lights that do light up when it is, you can either have it back up whether you only when you're in charging or on Wi-Fi to help conserve battery. And so that's a neat little feature. That way you always know when it's updating. One thing here on the back with the camera, you do have the cloud logo from Nextbit and Nextbit branding here at the bottom. There are 4 LED lights that do light up when it is back going from the speakers to ambient light sensor, camera, and on the back. So everything is very well designed and looks good, pleasing to the eye.
So let's talk about some of the features that are specific to the Nextbit Robin. One of them is that this phone actually started out as a Kickstarter project. This is not developed by any real major company or put out by anyone that you really ever heard of before. It was all crowdfunded, obviously met its crowdsourced goal, and was produced and was originally available for $400. Right now, these I believe are on sale for
$170 on Amazon, actually.
$170 on Amazon. It dropped quite a bit in price as of recently. My wife purchased one of these for just over $200 about 3 months ago, and she's been very happy with it. And even at that price, it's a great deal. So,
internally, it is running a Snapdragon 808. It is an older chipset, but for the price of $170, you're not going to really find a phone with better specs. If you want, there is an exclusive color sold through Nextbit. It is the Ember, which is a black midnight color with red ember coloring on the tops, bottoms, and where the buttons are. There's also a midnight color, which is basically an all black color for the phone as well.
So one of the features that is available in Nextbit Robin by default on the OS which is their take on kind of stock Android-ish. It doesn't have all the same exact features that stock Android has on, such as a Google phone or pure Android. One of the features is the app drawer doesn't work quite the same as it does on Android. There is no set app drawer down in the menu buttons that are normally down at the bottom. It's an icon on the desktop that cannot be moved and cannot be edited. It's always there. And so if you're someone who likes stock Android and you like the app drawer where it is normally, or at least in the menu bar, you may be a little annoyed by it. I know my wife was, and so was I when I first started using it. It took me a while to get used to going up to an icon that's on the desktop itself versus in the menu at the bottom. And then it lists all of the icons, I believe by default alphabetically in a list.
So, but one of the great things about Android is if that's something that's not your cup of tea, you can always install your own third-party launcher.
Very true.
Though you do not get some of the special features that come with the Nextbit launcher, such as archiving, pinning apps to where if the app is not used for a long period of time and you're running out of storage, the phone will back up that app, archive it, so to speak, to the 100 gigs of cloud storage. You can pin apps to where they don't get archived, they're stayed on the phone. If you're using a third-party launcher, you don't get that feature. That's just one of the, unfortunately, downsides, but again, you still can restore apps. If you archive or an app gets archived, it'll turn gray, basically saying, hey, it's into the cloud. For you to restore it, you just tap on the icon, it comes back to the phone. The difference between a third-party launcher and the stock Nextbit launcher is, one, you get a nice little fade-in loading bar to show how much longer till the app is back, whereas on third-party launcher, it is just gray and then it appears full color once it's on the phone.
So one thing about the OS that comes stock from the Nextbit Robin is that it is smart enough. It learns your app history. It learns your favorite apps that you open most of the time, and so it'll never auto-archive those. It always makes sure that those apps that you use all the time on a regular basis are always there and available for you. Another feature that is also technically available on regular Android is it automatically backs up to the cloud of that 100 gigs of cloud storage, all of your photos and videos. And it's not something that you have to set up necessarily separate like you do with Android or a Google account. It doesn't happen automatically when you get another Android-based phone. You have to actually sign into Photos and sign up and customize that within a Google account in order for that to start happening. It doesn't happen automatically where it does on the Nextbit Robin.
And to add to that, also it does back up your apps that you have installed and the app data. So if, let's say, you were to reset the phone, of course you do have to sign up and then sign into a Nextbit account, which then when you, let's say, reset the phone and log back in, it basically prompts you to, and so as you're, when you restore, you can restore all of your apps right there. It does it automatically for you. So that's a great feature to have.
And so I actually had to contact their support, and they were very responsive. My wife actually accidentally dropped her phone and cracked her glass, and they were very quick to respond in an email, let me know the process of how to get that replaced. You can actually send it to them, $100, they'll replace the glass, basically almost no questions asked, and then they ship it back to you for free. There is dev support. You can, like we said at the beginning of the video, there's a custom ROM on this already as it is, so there is ROM support if you want to add custom ROMs to it, as well as a good community forum.
And along though with the community forum that you can go on to ask questions, they have the list of ROMs you can download, easy to follow guides. Nextbit, they do encourage you to unlock to root the phone. If you do end up breaking it, they will replace it for free under warranty, which is great.
So for a quick recap, this is a 5.2 inch IPS 1080p screen. a 13 megapixel rear camera, 5 megapixel front camera, a USB-C, as well as fingerprint reader built into the power unlock lock button on the side, volume up and down, headphone jack, GSM fully unlocked, and it is retailing right now for $179 on Amazon. And overall, I think it's a great phone. My wife has been using it for about 3 months now, and you've used it for
almost 3/4 of a year. Almost.
Yeah. So I think it's a great deal for a fully unlocked phone, especially for the specs. Lots of support again from the community and other custom ROMs. Anything else you'd like to add?
Only thing I would say is for a 5.2-inch screen in a phone, it is larger than other phones compared to an S7, let's say an Honor 8. Those are going to be a much more compact, smaller form factor because you do have the front stereo speakers, and unfortunately there is a good size black bezel around the screen for the digitizer and things like that. I would have liked to see it in a slightly smaller form factor. Though it is thin, it has, I believe, a 2600 milliamp hour battery. Battery life, it's okay. You can get through a decent day on light to medium usage. Usually you have to charge it by the end of the day for sure, though you do have quick charging 2.0, so you can at least get it charged fairly quickly, which is nice. Other than that, fingerprint sensor reads, most of the time it's not the most accurate, but when it works, it's fast. I think it's just a matter of how you set up your fingerprint. I think that's most of the main issues. It does get a little bit warm because it is running that 808, which is the slightly lower of the 810 from last year, which unfortunately was a huge issue with tons of heat, which drained the battery. It throttled a lot. So, but overall, for the price, $170, I don't think you can beat that.
So again, we appreciate you watching this review on the Nextbit Robin. Hope you guys continue to watch some of our other videos. We have some more phone unboxing and reviews coming in the future, and we'd like to hear from you guys. Let us know what you would like to see in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, I'm Josh.
And I'm Chris.
And we're the Pantek brothers.
See you next time.